Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a Johnson County man receives a life sentence in connection with the death of his daughter. And 2 months after the February flood, a popular Hazard diner reopens.
And keep the sunglasses out for your Thursday. Rain chances, though, are somewhere in the forecast. Details coming up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A Johnson County man was sentenced today for his involvement in the 2022 murder of his daughter, a murder that shook the community and created a call for justice. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was in the courtroom.
I hope that her spirit belongs to him to the day he takes his final breath.
Summer Mullins stood before Judge John Kevin Holbrook Wednesday, sharing a victim impact statement in honor of her daughter, Stacia Collins, watching as Stacia's father and admitted murderer received a life sentence.
You know, this was a negotiated plea with the mother's involvement, and we are happy to bring justice and closure to this case.
Stacia Collins was found dead August 11, 2022, after police say her father, Stacy Collins, was found with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head. He lived and was soon arrested, and investigators say it has been years of hearings and waiting, hoping for justice.
You know, at the time that I started this investigation in 2022, you know, I had a small daughter that knew this young child, and you know, kind of hit home. You know.
In March, Stacy Collins pleaded guilty to 1 charge of murder and 1 charge of kidnapping a minor, and received 2 concurrent life sentences Wednesday.
The death penalty was on the table toward the end of 2022, and after a hearing, I believe the courts decided that they would not seek the death penalty.
To be served without the possibility of parole or probation until he has served at least 25 years of the sentence.
I don't think it was fair, but you know, I'm satisfied with it. I think he should have got more, you know, more of a penalty. But then again, looking at everything, the whole picture, you know, he'll be in the penitentiary the rest of his life. I don't foresee him getting out.
Mullins did not want to speak on camera, but said she wished the sentence was harsher, saying, quote, "I would rather death, but I think death is too good for him too. He didn't give her a deal, so why should he get one? It's somewhat a relief. I'm hoping now I can maybe start to heal from it." Investigators say they are glad to see a conclusion, but it does not bring back the once contagious smile of a 12-year-old girl.
I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over.
In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Stacy Collins will be transferred to a state penitentiary to serve his time, and Stacia's mother says though the number of supporters for her daughter has dwindled as the case dragged on, she just hopes the community can continue to remember her little girl. In Boyd County, a doctor faces up to 3 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to fraud charges. Federal prosecutors say Dr. Matthew Lewis sold misbranded drugs at a weight loss clinic. Officials say he bought the weight loss drug semaglutide from unauthorized suppliers. His practice made nearly $250,000 by selling it. Lewis will be sentenced in August. A Pulaski County man is facing charges after police say they were called to a domestic dispute. Police say they received the call just before 8 a.m. at a home in the Nancy community regarding a dispute between a mother and her son. Police later learned the dispute turned physical, leading to the arrest of Lance Baker. He's facing multiple charges, including attempted murder and terroristic threatening. 4 people were arrested after police executed a search warrant at a Pulaski County home. Police received a tip about possible drug trafficking last Friday. When police went inside the home, they noticed Jared Polston leaving the bathroom inside. Police say they later found suspected meth, heroin, and other paraphernalia in the kitchen. Polston, Destiny Rye, Jonathan Dick, and Taylor Hobbs were all taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. A Hardin County man was arrested after police discovered he failed to comply with the state's sex offender registration. Last weekend, police went to an apartment complex in Whitley County regarding the situation. When Paul Worley gave police his identity, they learned he was a registered sex offender with a previous sexual offense conviction. Later, police learned Worley had been staying within close range of a playground at the complex where kids play.
My goodness, we had a beautiful day throughout Eastern Kentucky. Take a look here at the WYMT studio time lapse, and you can see hardly a cloud in the sky. Wall-to-wall sunshine was the name of the game. Temperatures were in the upper 50s and low 60s, still below normal for where we should be for this time of year. And right now we're seeing temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s. You can see at Logan we're at 59, 62 in Pikeville, Hazard's at 63, 67 in Manchester, as well as Harlan, 66 in Somerset, Monticello, and Williamsburg. Good evening to you. You're at 64 degrees. Live pinpoint Doppler radar is quiet, and this is going to get a break as we go throughout the next couple of days. Now, when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s will greet you. We'll see the clouds decrease, paving the way for another beautiful wall-to-wall sunshine Thursday, with a caveat. And that caveat is a frost advisory throughout the overnight hours and into the morning hours of your Thursday. Now, Easter weekend is just around the corner. I know a lot of people have plans this weekend. I'll have that first alert forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. The first female Chief Justice of the Kentucky Supreme Court was sworn in yesterday. Chief Justice Deborah Lambert was elected to the position back in September. The Bell County native has served as a justice for the Supreme Court from the 3rd Supreme Court District. After 2 months of being closed and cleaning up from the February flood, Francis's Diner in downtown Hazard officially reopened this morning. WYMT's Amelia Lee visited with some of the first customers of the day and Francis herself.
Hope all my customers comes back and knows I miss them.
Francis Diner has been a Perry County staple since its opening 57 years ago. Now, 2 months after floodwaters forced it to close, the diner is buzzing again as familiar faces return to their favorite tables and to Francis.
It was heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking just to see everything gone. You know, a lot of memories. It was sad.
The team that helped clean out mud and debris is now back behind the counter.
If you need anything, let me know.
Serving up pancakes, grits, eggs, and hot coffee with a smile.
I just saw how devastating it was and how much damage there was, and it shows a lot of perseverance and a lot of toughness. And you know, they didn't have to reopen this place, but they knew how important it was to Hazard.
Customers tell me this opening day could not come soon enough, eager to dig into plates of homemade food.
This is like a family for everybody in Hazard, and we've really missed Frances. We're so glad that she decided to open back up and come back, because she is a fine lady.
I feel great. I really do.
Just happy to be back, ain't you?
Happy to be back.
Yeah.
Customers ready to start or end their days with a hot meal at Francis Diner.
And I love them very much.
In Perry County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
Francis Diner is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And check this out. There was also a celebrity guest this morning. Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider, who's been in and out of town now for about 2 weeks, made his way there for breakfast. He also signed a picture that's been up in the restaurant from his concert at Memorial Gym in Hazard in 1982. He put 82/25 under his name. Really cool.
All right, in the world of weather, more sunshine ahead for your Thursday. Rain chances, though, will pick up as we go throughout the weekend, and we're going to cool off next week. Details in the first alert forecast coming up.
And we continue our East Kentucky Leadership Award winner profiles. Tonight, a Connecticut native who definitely made his mark in the mountains.